I think there will be not a win by a very big margin, but I think that in order for Brexit or the Leave side to win, they should have been leading in the polls much more than we've seen over the past days. And I think we are sort of the closer we get to the election, the more we are going to see voters thinking, better the devil we know, and vote more likely to stay rather than to go.
I guess the question then is, given the polls are so close, Frederick, is will the Remains be of a sufficient margin to actually settle this issue?
No, and I think that's one of the biggest difficulties for the future, that regardless which side is going to win, the margins will be so slow that it's not going to settle this issue for the UK. At some point again in the future, it will return to this issue.
Well, if that is the case, then it sounds like, regardless of the outcome of the vote, we're still going to get months or even years of uncertainty ahead.
Oh, absolutely. And that's most certainly the case if Britain also decides to leave, because what it's going to do is that no one will know for many years exactly what the conditions will be for UK trading, not just with the EU, but with the rest of the world, where UK today trades under various types of arrangement that the EU has negotiated. And add to that the point that when all those arrangements may be done, UK may need to go to the polls again.
Now, let me ask you, if Britain, as you just put it, does decide and does vote, in fact, to leave the EU, is this going to be a catalyst for a breakup of the EU overall, or at the very least, some other economies following the UK's leave and getting out of the European Union?
I don't think there are other countries in the EU right now which are on the brink of having their own referendum, or where the opinions in favor of leaving are so strong that sort of the political establishment will not be able to resist going to a similar type of poll in the near future. I think the effect it's going to have is more likely to reinforce the sort of the role of populist parties in some of the countries. It's going to sort of increase the general sense of malaise in EU politics and largely make it more difficult to sort of get the political solutions that also could reinvigorate the entire European project and deliver the sort of policies it needs. So I think it has more to do with a gradual medium to long-term erosion of the capacity of the EU to actually do the things it needs to do in order to remain relevant and vital.